I'm going to be using this book template card to make some cards and just demonstrate various ways of using it. Now what you're going to be making is one of these. It looks like a book because you've got the leaves here, and then it opens up like that and like that, so you can see the inside of the book cover. That's just one way of using it. And there's another version here, and I'm going to show you what to do. This one, you put an extra border on here, crease it here too, so that folds over and that folds over like that. There's various versions you can do, decorate them, and you can use plain card and paper as well. This is an example, just using some blue and yellow card to create the book effect. Like that, you can see that slides in, and if you jiggle it and cut the end off a bit, you can make it look like the book goes like that, that and that. Anyway, I'm going to show you these three versions of how you can use that template. Now this is project 1, demonstration 1, because there's various options you can do with this. You can either watch the long version or the added extras, which will be project 1, demonstration 2, 3, etc., which will be individual videos. Now what I've got here, I've printed out the template that I'm going to use to make this book video, and as you can see, you've got the pages of the book here. This is going to become the insert of the book. I've also printed on the back from the snowflake sets, Fairies set number 4, one of the small background papers. Now when you print that, that's going to be the front, the top, and then you need to make sure when you print it, you know your own printers. Just do a test run if you want. Print it the right way up. You don't want that to be upside down and then that the right way. It won't work. So I printed one of those out on both sides. That's on a normal 75 gram, 80 gram, 90 gram, but a thin one. And I've also printed this. I printed this on a 200 gram. It's a larger version of the background paper. Just printed one side. But I'm going to put those two together like I have done here. So there's my template, and then there you can see I've put those two together. That one's back to back. So I'm going to cut these out, but I've cut them both out at the same time. Now to keep them in place, I've put a little bit of masking tape, 4 pieces, just to keep it in order. Now there's various options, and I'll show you those in some of the other videos, but basically I'm just showing you the basic one. Now it's going to fold here. You've got the diamond right up to the corner there. So before you start cutting out, it's an idea to just score it with a embossing tool, so you know that's going to fold exactly where you want to fold. Alternatively as well, you could do a second score here, so that becomes the spine of the book. But I'm not doing that on this one, but I'll show you on the next one what that means. Now all you've got to do is go around and cut it out as best you can. And because I've put these together, alternatively, instead of using masking tape, you could use a little blob of glue on the areas that are not going to be affected and keep it in position that way. So I've got this one, and I'm just cutting through there like that. So all you've got to do now is go around and cut out as you go. Now you can see I've cut out the basic rectangle. Now I've just got this diamond shape or triangle shape here I need to cut out with scissors, and also the 2 corners. So just cut those out with scissors. I'm just going to hold that in position to cut it out. So now you can see I've cut out this section and the 2 corners which are rounded. That will be the inside, and that's the you fold it in that way like that, so that will be on the book. Now I've not quite got that lined up, so I'm going to crease it like that. So you should have that now, and that opens up the inside of the book card. This is the exterior of the book card, but as you can see, you've got this section missing, so you need to cut out. Now what I've done here, you can either use this, or I've already cut one out and use it all the time. If you're making lots, I've just got this here, and I've just cut the section out where you've got the leaves of the book showing. So that's what you need on your front cover. So that's going to go like that. And then I'll just move that out the way. And that's going to go on here. See, I made my own template and cut that. Now all you've got to do is take a pencil and just draw. Use that as a guide. So from the front cover of the book, you can now cut that out. Now to decorate this, I've taken some of the toppers from the same set. I've got a small and a mini one here. You can play around, see what fits and see what you look like, see what it looks like. Try the big square one on there on the front, I like that. Or I've got the smaller one here. Depends on what you want. I'm going to show you in the next stem using the smaller one. And you can put some double-sided foam pads on the back there, but I'm just going to keep this simple and just glue it onto the front like that. And as you can tell from this, when I cut it out, I left a border of white around it. Then I went into my scrapbooks, found some gold, and I'm going to just stick this down where you think it is right. I think about there. So there's the basic book card, and that opens up like that, so that opens up like that. And there you go, finished card. This is an alternative way of doing the book template. I've made it exactly the same way. As you can see, I've got the insert there. But this time I've actually creased down here from this point to this point as well, which then allows you to open the book like that. So then you've got more of a kind of a book feel to it. If you want, you could stick that down here so it opens up nicely. You know exactly what I think I'll do that. I do like to craft on the hoop, get inspired as I go along. I'm just going to stick that down that bit there, like so, and then that stays stuck. So you've got that at the front, open that, you've got that, you can add text or whatever you want with a picture, and then you can open it up to the centre. Now what you can also do is as well, I've got a little strip of red card I've got out of my scrapbox. I'm going to put a border down here at the spine of the card. So all I'm going to do is just glue this area on the edge. Don't go right up to the edge because you don't want the glue spilling out. And that's just going to go in there like that. Good boy. I was putting my cap back on my glue. And as you don't have to measure it at this point, you just want to make sure it's long enough to fit. And I've got it on there, I've got it in the right place. Then I can stick it down, press it down. Just wait a few seconds for that to just check that folds over perfectly, which it does. I think that can go there. So I'm just going to let that dry a second and then I'll just snip the ends off. So there you can see I put the ends off there just with a pair of scissors. So now your book can open like that if you want. Now this could be textured paper as well if you want, print both sides. And then you've got the inside of the card there. Now all I want to do is decorate this up a little bit. And what I've done, I've taken one of the main designs, but the mini version, and I've cut it out, leaving a white border, and stuck it onto some similar red card like that. And then some white cards, we put some double-sided foam pads on the back, and that's just going to stick on the front. So that's my poinsettia fairy from the Winter Autumn collection, or Autumn Winter, and you can see that opens like that. So you've got various options, various ways of using this template. And I just want to show you one more version. This is just using plain card and paper, coloured card and paper. So I used the template. I've left a little bit of double-sided tape on that. Cut the main card out, ready for sticking together. Then I did that with a piece of yellow paper. It's slightly thin, or you could use card if you want. So that folds up like that. That goes then, slips into there, and you can stick that down if you want. Would help if I did it the right way around, wouldn't it? As I say, that goes into there, and what I've done, I trimmed it slightly so that I get that effect at the top. Can you see that? It looks like the book's going like that, and you can see the inside of the back cover. So that's another way of doing it, and of course you can pre-seal if you want to. Any bits that are sticking out, just trim them off. I'm not sticking that down because I might play with it later. So just using plain card and paper, you can create that book effect.